As you saw in the previous video, Introduction to Blackboard, often your assignments will consist of a quiz or a test that is right here in Blackboard. Most of the time these will be in assignments, and I want to show you an example from Unit 1. I'm going to go back into the Sound Bites and Sound Bite Quizzes folder, and this time we'll take the quiz History of the Computer. To take a quiz, you simply click on the link with the name of the quiz. It should open up in a new window. Sometimes they open up in the background and you'll be wondering why nothing happened, but take a look at all of the windows that you have open and more than likely it will be there. We'll click OK to open up the quiz, and then you will be presented with all of the questions. For the most part, I like to set up my quizzes where you can see all of the questions at once and you can scroll all the way down to the bottom. You will find some teachers that like to just present one question at a time, and that's just the option of the teacher. Questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are multiple choice questions. Question 6 is a matching question. So we'll just go through and randomly answer. On the multiple choice questions, you can choose one answer only. So we will just click through and answer a couple of these questions, and we'll go kind of randomly. I don't know if I'm answering correctly or not. And that's questions 1 through 5. So one of those answers is to be selected. Now, for instance, on question 5, let's say I changed my mind and I wanted to choose another answer. If I click another one of the radio buttons, the original answer will be removed and the new answer will be the answer that I'm submitting. So only one choice per grouping on a multiple choice question. In matching, you are to click the list arrow on each of the options on the left and then match one of the letters to one of the answers on the right. So again, we'll just kind of randomly go through and answer some of these. Some of them I'll be answering correctly, some of them not so correctly. So when you get those answers and you're ready to submit your test, I'd suggest you always review your questions and answers to make sure that you have answered every question, and that if you want to change something, you can still do that. Each of the questions does have a number of points assigned to it, and there's also a save button that you'll see. I would say avoid these save buttons. Do not click the individual save buttons. The save button that I would suggest that you use, particularly if you want to leave the test and come back later, is to use the save button at the very bottom of the test. That will save the entire test. And clicking the individual save buttons just saves that particular question, which is generally pretty confusing. If you don't click all of the save buttons, you'll get a little warning message at the end saying that you didn't answer some things. So that's why I suggest that you avoid these save buttons on the right here and just go all the way down to the button to save the test on the bottom, if you would like to save the test and come back and resume it later. If you're ready to submit the test, you want to click the submit button. This can only be clicked one time, and once you click it, the test will be submitted for grading and it will be placed into the grade book. So we'll click the submit button and confirm that we want to do it. We could still cancel and make some changes at this point, but once we click OK, it is submitted for grading. And then you will click OK again to see the results. The results will come back and correct answers will be indicated with a green check mark, incorrect answers with a red X. On the matching, you do get partial credit if I've set it up correctly. If there's ever a matching that you see you got 0 points even though you got some right, please point that out to me, because I don't intend to do that on my matching. But this one we got 3 out of the 5 correct. So we got a total of 7 points, 7 out of 10 points. Now we can click OK, and this grade will be in our grade book. So if you want to go back and check later the grade that you got, click on your grade center and then go to My Grades. Find that item in the list. This was the quiz History of the Computer, and you'll see your grade, And you can even reopen the test if you want to look at it again by clicking on the grade and then again on the grade after that next screen comes up, and it will actually open up the quiz again. So this is how you take a quiz. Most of the questions will be multiple choice, true, false, matching, those types of things in Blackboard.